Shalom. First and foremost, all praises go to Yahweh, by Hashem Yahushai, by Hashem Kadash. Double honors to the elders and the apostles, the elder bishops of the great millstone, as well as you sincere. I came out there diligently laboring, pushing this truth to the four corners of the earth. And to the Aquaf, the sisters out there, to you also say Shalom. So real quick, let's get into it. Because hey, the prophet's been speaking on it. We've been bringing this out. And as the scriptures say, though it tarry, wait for it, for the vision is for an appointed time. All right. So all these years we've been prophesying, telling you that a famine is coming, that these very things that we're seeing in the earth right now would eventually come to pass, because we know, according to the scriptures, that the words of Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai are faithful and true, right and exact. All right, it ain't no doubt about it. That it may take some time for these things to come to pass, but the point is they will come to pass at the proper time. All right, so the article says, the title: gas in Germany, flour in Greece, sunflower oil in Spain. European countries take steps towards rationing as the war in Ukraine adds to the global supply crunch. And real quick, I just want to do a disclaimer, because pretty much every article that we get into, every video that we get into, they always point back to the war in Ukraine being the catalyst for all of these supply chain issues, and the price of this going up and the price of that, the gas going crazy. That's the main catalyst that these Edomites like to push as the boogeyman, as the number one reason as to why things are the way they are. But if you've been listening to the prophets, if you've been following, then you know that these things have been going on long before this war in Ukraine even jumped off. See, but yes, it has exacerbated, which means that it has gotten much, much worse since the war in Ukraine popped off. Which this is all coming down from the elites. This is what the elite Edomites, okay, the so-called white man, the World Bank and families, this is what their plan was all along. You see? But really it's not them, it's really the Most High Yahweh, by Yahweh Shai, working on the left hand side, using Esau, using the so-called white man to bring prophecy about within the earth, to bring these famines about, to bring these exorbitantly high gas prices and food prices and cost of living and everything to go up, to basically torment, to bring that to bring that judgment to the average everyday consumer. You see what I'm saying? The Most High is using Esau on the left hand to do these things. So just to make that clear. But getting into the article, it says Russia's invasion of Ukraine has threatened the supply of critical commodities in Europe and thrown global supply chains, which were already struggling amid CV-19, into complete chaos. Goes on to say, as a result, the prices of everything from wheat to oil have soared. And they came out not too long ago and said that the world only has a 10-week supply of wheat left. All right, and I believe they came out with that, like 3 weeks ago? Yeah, like 3 weeks ago they came out and said the world has a 10-week supply of wheat left. So what's going to happen when all the wheat's gone? Whew, hey, we telling you, this famine about to get real. It's about to get crazy. But if they're saying that there's 10, well, less now. If that was 3 weeks ago, now it's 7 weeks. So that's like what? Less than 2 months. You know what I'm saying? Like less than 2 months, the world, supply of wheat will run out. So this is what the experts, what the wise men of Esau are projecting is going to come. But really they just telling you through the left hand what they're going to bring about, what they're going to bring upon you people, man. But if you read the scriptures, then you know that this is really the Most High bringing these things upon the earth. All right, because we are not ignorant of Satan's devices. So hey, the wheat is going. The price of oil has, skyrocketed, leading to multi-decade high inflation rates in places like Germany and Spain. And I just did an article not too long ago, a few months ago, that you know, already in Germany they was rationing certain items. Like they was rationing the oil, they was rationing the wheat, they was rationing barley, different grains, different type of grains, man. Like they was already doing that months ago. So how much more so now? Now that things have actually gotten, obviously worse within these places. Okay, so these places are seeing record high, multi-decade high inflation in Germany and Spain. The supply crunch in Europe is now so bad it's causing governments to begin laying the groundwork for rationing, and they're not beginning to. They already doing it. They already rationing food in some of these European nations, but now it's gonna get more widespread. That's basically what they're saying. With some stores already limiting supplies. There you go. The German government took the first formal steps toward rationing its natural gas supplies this week, as it attempts to wean itself off a decades-long reliance on Russian energy. Now we all know what's going on with that Russian, with the Putin situation. You know, they got all the oil, they got all the natural gas. Ever since this war popped off, you can't get no more Russian oil. You can't get no more Russian gas like that. They still using it. Germany left NATO, so they definitely still getting it in a large supply. You know what I'm saying? But these other European nations, they in a very short time to come, well, really already they already feeling it. So in a very short time to come, they're gonna be crying, man. You know. So it says, yeah, to wean itself off a decades-long reliance on Russian energy. And in Spain and Greece, supermarkets are rationing food, including flour, milk, and sunflower oil. See that? So they're already rationing certain items. Okay, so if they're, you have to think about it like this. If these nations are already rationing these certain items, they're already rationing this. So that means that the supply is already low enough to where you can't just buy what you want. You can't just go and get what you want. They have to limit how much that you can buy. So that's how low of a supply that these commodities are in, man. That they're actually rationing these things now. So that means that very, very soon these things will be completely gone. They just told you 3 weeks ago that the world has a 10-week supply left of wheat. So this is why they're already rationing these things out, because they know that the time is coming to where it's not going to be no more of these things to go around. So they have to limit how much a person can get. It says while current European rationing has largely been preventative, as governments and businesses hope to limit the risk of panic buying and further shortages, Europeans are facing a volatile environment ahead as geopolitical tensions persist and CV-19 lockdowns continue abroad. Alright, so hey, the world is in a state of complete chaos, man. Alright, and the prophets come out here to tell you that, listen, hard times is coming. Okay? The Babylon gravy train is over, man. The so-called American dream that you can only see while you sleep, that no longer exists. It's time to wake up to reality and see, face reality, man. It's time to wake up. Stop dreaming. That's what time it is. All these things that you're seeing in the earth, these things is not happening for no reason. These things are happening because we at the end. And the Israelites, hey, we about to get out of here. All right. The Lord say that when you begin to see these things happen in the earth, lift up your head, for your salvation draweth nigh. Matter of fact, let's get that real quick. Give me 1 second. Luke 21 verse 28. And when these things begin to come to pass, the prophecies in the earth, the judgments, the signs, the wonders, right? Then look up and lift up your heads, for your redemption draweth nigh. Yahweh Shai is speaking at his Olivet discourse, answering his disciples' questions about what will take place at the end of the age, his return. Okay? So this is what you're seeing now. Luke 21, verse 28, man. When we begin to see these things take place in the earth, it's for us to be happy, it's for us to be joyous, to lift up our heads and know that our salvation is very near. All right? These things are a sign in the earth to let us know that. Going on to German gas, it says Germany pulled the first lever on its 3-stage emergency plan to conserve its natural gas supply on Wednesday, fearing a potential showdown with Russia over gas flows. The move came after Russian President Vladimir Putin demanded natural gas payments in Russian rubles last week, twisting the West sanctions against itself. See, and that's one thing about Putin, that Putin is basically a military genius, man. You see, because meanwhile the West said, oh, okay, well, you want to, invade Ukraine, which is what they provoked them to do, right? Then, the West said, okay, now we're not going to buy Russian gas and oil. Meanwhile, these Western European nations, they actually need the Russian gas and oil. They've been dependent upon Russia for years upon years. So that was a dumb move to make in the first place. And now Putin is demanding that if these Western European nations want the oil and the gas, that they have to pay him in rubles. That's the only way now to get that Russian oil and gas. And if they don't get the oil and gas, then these Western European nations will crumble. Because you got to think about it. They need the oil to run their society. Okay? You even need oil to, run electricity, man. So listen, if you don't have oil and natural gas, your military can't run properly. Okay? Your citizens can't have the comfort that they once had. Your society will break down from within. You're going to start to see massive uprisings of the people against the government. Okay, you're gonna start to see rebellions everywhere, just from not having gas and oil, man. You definitely gonna see that. You're gonna see a Arab Spring popping up in a lot of these Western European nations. Just wait for it. It says Russia remains Germany's top gas supplier, despite the country's attempts to move away from their Russian reliance after the war began in February. Vice Chancellor Robert Habeck told reporters on Wednesday that Russia currently supplies roughly 40% of Germany's natural gas needs, down from 55% prior to the war. And really, they're depending on Russia for more of these natural gas. They're just lowballing it so it can seem like, well, Germany trying to make it seem like they're doing okay without the gas, but nah, really, they crying for it. You know what I'm saying? Like, they trying to lowball the numbers so it won't seem like it's that bad. But hey, bump that 40 up to a 60, man. You know what I'm saying? Roughly 60% of Germany's natural gas, down from 75 prior to the war, man. That's really realistic, more accurate to what they actually need. Says he added that current rationing is largely a preventative measure and there isn't any acute danger of a loss of natural gas supplies at this time. The other stages are called alert and emergency, and only with the final emergency stage will the state intervene and regulate the flow of gas. Blah, blah, blah. Okay, so they rationing the gas. Then Greek flour. For Greek supermarket chains AB, Sklevenitis, Kritikos, and My Market have started rationing critical food products including flour and sunflower oil after the war in Ukraine caused a supply crunch in the nation. However, like Germany, current rationing is only a preventative measure at this time. Okay, so pretty much, man, you got the same thing in Spain with the sunflower oil. It says sporadic shortages of products like eggs, milk, and other dairy products also hit Spain since the war in Ukraine began, and many major supermarkets, including Mercadona and Macro began rationing sunflower oil earlier this month. Now stores will temporarily be allowed to limit the number of goods that can be bought by a client. All right, so hey, the rationing has already begun. All right, so now instead of being able to go into these markets and buy as much as you can afford, now you're gonna buy as much as they let you buy. You know what I'm saying? So it don't matter how much money you have. You're only gonna be able to get so much. All right, and it's really gonna get to the point where inflation and the lack of these supplies is gonna cause people to start to there's gonna be mass theft. Basically, just put it like that. Because it's one thing to have or not have money and see that there's food and supplies all around you. That's one thing. But to have the money and not even have nothing to buy with it, that's gonna bug people out. So it's really gonna come to a point where people gonna be like, yo, forget the rationing. Like, yo, we about to run up in here and take as much as we can get. F that. That's gonna be people's mindset. Because listen, the times that's coming, it's gonna be like a time that's never been seen before on the planet Earth. Like, things are about to get real. It's about to be a different reality for many people. Something that they've never seen or experienced. Only in movies have people ever seen the time that's coming upon the earth. Like, for a lot of people, this isn't reality. This can't be reality. Understand? So, hey, call Lord Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai for this truth, for this wisdom, knowledge, and understanding, because this is really what keeps us stable in this time. Because if we was like the rest of these people out here in this world and we didn't know what was going on, we be bugging out just like everybody else. Like, we be stressing, you know what I mean, wondering what's gonna happen next. Like, what am I gonna do? And a few months from now, how am I gonna make ends meet? Like, what's going on? Because they don't understand. Well, they're gonna understand soon enough, but they don't understand right now that this world is literally coming to an end. That this whole system of rulership upon the planet Earth, set up by these nations, that this is literally coming to an end, man. And that's why you're seeing these things in the earth. These are the signs that the Most High has wrought within the earth. So this is Luke 21 verse 25, and there shall be signs in the sun and in the moon and in the stars. All right, so there's signs in the heavens. All right, you even got Esau seeing all these chariots all over the place. Okay, which that's a signal that they coming for his ass. That's a signal that his rulership, that his time of reign upon the planet Earth is coming to an end. That this devil was almost out of here. And upon the earth, distress of nations, with perplexity, the sea and the waves roaring, men's hearts failing them for fear, and for looking after those things which are coming on the earth, for the powers of heaven shall be shaken. All right. So hey, these are the things that will take place right before the return of our Lord Yahweh Shai. Okay, and these are all the things that we're seeing. Okay, you seeing wars, you hearing rumors of wars. Okay, World War III. You seeing all these chariots. You having the waters is turning to blood. You know what I'm saying? Plagues are being sent upon the earth. All these things are everything that's happening are plagues, man. Okay, all these different diseases. You got the monkey business out. CV is coming up strong again. You know what I'm saying? So you have all these different things all happening at the same time. It's not a coincidence, man. This is biblical prophecy taking place upon the planet Earth. So those that believe and know the true followers of Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai, so that we have a time marker to know how close we are to the return of our Lord. That's why all these things are happening. This is what the Lord give us to be able to discern the times, man. So we very, very close. Now let's go ahead and get 2nd Esdras 16th chapter. Start at verse 8. The mighty Lord sendeth the plagues, and who is he that can drive them away? A fire shall go forth from his wrath, and who is he that may quench it? He shall cast lightnings, and who shall not fear? He shall thunder, and who shall not be afraid? The Lord shall threaten, and who shall not be utterly beaten to powder at his presence? So, hey, right now, man, hey, Yahweh Basham Yahushua is threatening you people, man. All right, the Lord is threatening you people with all these grievous plagues. And really, the Lord been threatening you. You know how the Lord is been threatening people? By the way of his prophets, all right, by the way of his mouthpiece, the men of the Lord, man. That's how the Lord been threatening you wicked ass people, man. All right, we've been telling you what's coming, especially you wicked 2/3 Jace, man. We've been telling you what's coming if you don't repent. All right. So hey, all these plagues, all these grievous judgments that's coming upon the earth, death, famine, plague, and sword, hey, all these things are coming for the wicked, man. All right. First and foremost, Esau, Edom, and all those that are joined to him. But first and foremost, you 2/3 Jace, man. That's really who it's coming for first and foremost. Then Esau and the nations are gonna get it. All right. The scriptures tell you that judgment starts at the house of Yahweh. All right. Going on to, where was I at? Verse 12. The earth quaketh, and the foundations thereof. The sea ariseth up with waves from the deep, and the waves of it are troubled, and the fishes thereof also before the Lord, and before the glory of his power. For strong is his right hand that bendeth the bow. His arrows that he shooteth are sharp, and shall not miss. So hey, when the Lord start to bring these judgments out, it's going to destroy who is meant to destroy. The Lord not going to miss when he shoot. All right. The Lord is, got 100% accuracy. He ain't missing once he's sending plagues out. You can bet your life on that. Okay. When they begin to be shot into the ends of the world, and it also goes in to the ICBM missiles. All right. Because hey, in the scriptures, at certain points it refers to the arrows, because you have to understand that when Ezra's and different prophets, Ezekiel, Isaiah, when they were seeing these certain visions that the Lord was giving them, they didn't have the modern terminology that we have today, ICBM missile and all that type. Like they referred to it as what they would have been familiar with in that time. So the closest thing they could describe a missile to is an arrow. Okay. But we know that you can't shoot an arrow from one point of the earth to the other side of the earth. You know what I'm saying? Like an arrow can't go that far. But an ICBM missile can go that far. Okay, that's what it's talking about. His arrows that he shooteth are sharp and shall not miss. Okay, that's referring to the plagues and the judgments. Also talk which and also deals with the missiles. Okay, the ICBM missiles. And shall not miss when they begin to be shot into the ends of the world. Okay, so judgment is going all around the earth, man. It ain't no escaping. Behold, the plagues are sent and shall not return again until they come upon the earth. The fire is kindled and shall not be put out till it consume the foundations of the earth. Like as an arrow which is shot of a mighty archer returneth not backward, even so the plagues that shall be sent upon earth shall not return again. All right. So hey, man, these judgments, when they're sent out, are going to accomplish what they're set out to accomplish. The words of Yahweh Bashem Yahushua are faithful and true. And we literally seeing prophecy right now jump off the pages. All right, going on. Verse 17, it says, woe is me, woe is me. Who will deliver me in those days? The beginning of sorrows and great mournings, the beginning of famine and great death, the beginning of wars, and the powers shall stand in fear, the beginning of evils. What shall I do when these evils shall come? Let's jump down to verse 21. Y'all should know these scriptures by heart now, because we bring this out so much. Verse 21. Behold, victuals shall be so good cheap upon earth, that they shall think themselves to be in good case. And even then shall evils grow upon earth, sword, famine, and great confusion. For many of them that dwell upon earth shall perish of famine, and the other that escape the hunger shall the sword destroy. Okay, so do you hear what the scriptures are saying, man? Even if you escape the hunger, even if you somehow get past the famine, the sword is going to destroy you, man. All right, the sword is going to get you. Even if you escape some of the judgments that the Lord sent upon the earth, the sword is going to destroy you. So what that tell you? It tells you that there is no escaping the judgment of Yahweh Bashem Yahushua for the wicked, man. See, this is why we fear Yahweh Bashem Yahushua, because we understand that ultimately the Lord controls life and death. Okay, it's not up to you whether you live or die, man. And in that day, when these judgments start to hit, hey, best believe, I don't care how tough you think you are, but you're going to be scared as hell once these judgments start to hit the earth in full force. You're going to be scared because if you don't have the foundation of Yahweh Bashem Yahushai, then you don't have no foundation. Like, you're not standing on nothing. You standing on your own strength. And to be honest with you, to be very blunt, your own strength in that day, or the strength that you think you have, it will fail you. It will fail you because you as a man or a woman, you don't have no power to save yourself from anything. You might have a gun, you might have a sword, and you think that's doing something, but at the end of the day, that's why it says, and the other that escaped the hunger shall the sword destroy. All right, so you may be able to protect your little food stash that you got. You know what I'm saying? Like, you may have saved up some food and whatever. If you wicked and the Lord want to take you out, then hey, the Lord can send a whole army of wicked niggas, or just wicked heathen period, to just come and just take you over like it's nothing. Or just send some evil wild beasts and just tear you up, man. Like, the Lord controls everything. You don't have no power. And that's what a lot of these wicked people out here is about to realize very soon, that they have no power. The illusion of power, that they control their own destiny, that they can make things happen of their own volition, all that's about to go out the window. Like I said, man, people about to wake up to reality very, very soon. If you not in the truth now, if you not in reality now, that when these things hit, you gonna be bugged out. Okay? Even the mighty men in the days to come will be confounded. That's why, we praise Yahweh Bashem Yahushua, and we thank him for the gift of this wisdom, knowledge, and understanding, because it gives us stability. It makes us stable because we know what to expect. These things are not going to come and take us off guard and just, like, mess up our whole operation, because, what I'm saying, we've already been preparing our minds to deal with what's coming. And also we pray that the Most High have mercy upon us to get us through the times that's coming. You see? So that's really what it's all about. Let's get Revelation, the 18th chapter, start at verse 4. And I heard another voice from heaven saying, Come out of her, my people, that ye be not partakers of her sins, and that ye receive not of her plagues. For her sins have reached unto heaven, and Yahweh hath remembered her iniquities. Alright? Speaking about Babylon the Great. Reward her even as she rewarded you, and double unto her double, according to her works, in the cup which she has filled. Filled to her double. Okay, so the judgment is going to come upon Babylon the Great. It's going to come upon Babylon, these nations in its entirety. It's going to be double, man. All right, it's going to be double. You're going to get double the cup. All right, one cup is enough, but you're going to get twice that. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's crazy. But that's the judgment of Yahweh Bashem Yahushai, man. That's what he sees as just. Okay, verse 7. How much she has glorified herself and lived deliciously. So much torment and sorrow give her. For she saith in her heart, I sit a queen and am no widow, and shall see no sorrow. So there's, right now people think that that America will always stand, that Babylon the Great will never be brought down. They thinking the same thing in Europe, because Europe is just an extension of America, really, or should I say, America is an extension of Europe. You know what I'm saying? But either way is all Edomites, so they all got that proud spirit. You know what I'm saying? Like they really think that their houses shall continue forever, that their society will never be brought down. You know what I'm saying? This is the pride of these devils, man. Verse 8, therefore shall her plagues come in one day, death and mourning and famine, and she shall be utterly burned with fire, for strong is the Lord Yahweh who judgeth her. And the kings of the earth who have committed fornication and lived deliciously with her. That's speaking about the nations. Okay, the other nations, India, China, Japan, uh, different of these, Iran, Afghanistan, you know what I'm saying? Different of these other nations that have, got into bed with Babylon the Great. They're going to receive of the same plagues. All right, who have committed fornication and lived deliciously. Okay, because they've been profiting off of Babylon the Great. They've been profiting off of America. You know what I'm saying? But what? These plagues is going to get them too. Shall bewail her and lament for her when they shall see the smoke of her burning, standing afar off for the fear of torment, saying, alas, alas, that great city Babylon, that mighty city, for in 1 hour is thy judgment come. And the merchants of the earth shall weep and mourn over her, for no man buyeth their merchandise any more, the merchandise of gold and silver, and precious stones, and of pearls and fine linen, and purple and silk and scarlet, and all thyine wood, and all manner vessels of ivory, and all manner vessels of precious wood, and of brass, and iron, and marble, and cinnamon, and odors, and ointments, and frankincense, and wine, and oil, and fine flour, and wheat. Okay, so hey man, the scriptures tell you exactly what's going to happen to this place. Okay, all of these things are being taken away, man. And beasts and sheep and horses and chariots and slaves and souls of men, and the fruits that thy soul lusted after are departed from thee, and all the things which were dainty and goodly are departed from thee, and thou shalt find there no more at all. See that? So going back to the article, all right, Revelation the 18th chapter, this is exactly what's being spoken of, man. All right, the sunflower oil is about to be gone. The flour is about to be gone. The water supply is about to be gone. Food in general is about to be gone, man. Gas and oil is about to be unaffordable. This is what's coming to the planet Earth, man. And it's hitting hard right now in Europe, but how much more so America? You already seeing these things start to take place in America. Look how much the gas just jumped within the past 3 days. The gas has literally jumped about 30 cents in the past 3 days. And who knows, tomorrow it might jump another 10 cents. So, hey, brothers and sisters, we in that time. And you don't need me to tell you that we in that time. But if you believe upon the scriptures, if you believe upon Yahweh Bashem Yahushai, and you in the spirit, then it's clear to see that these things are worsening. All right, that there's no turning back, that this judgment must come upon the planet Earth. All you can really do at this point is put your full trust and faith in Yahweh Bashem Yahushai and keep the commandments. Draw nigh unto the Lord in these last days, that he may have mercy on you, man. Because hey, at the end of the day, that's what we want. We desire the sure mercies of David, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, we want the Lord to have, to look upon us with pity and have mercy upon us, man. We're not trying to be judged with the rest of these wicked ass people out here. Like, that's a dishonorable death. If we're gonna die for anything, then we want to die in service of Yahweh Bashem Yahushai. Because at least then we know that we guarantee the kingdom of heaven, which is, that's the ultimate prize, man. What prize could be better than receiving the kingdom of heaven, being the first fruits of the kingdom? Nothing in this world can compare to that. Nothing. So hey, you gotta sacrifice, man. You know, Just like the Lord had to sacrifice himself for us to be our sacrifice, hey, we got to sacrifice for Yahweh Bashem Yahushai. Alright? So I'm going to go ahead and end it right there. Hopefully this lesson has been edifying. Call her Lord Yahweh Bashem Yahushai Bashem Rakha Kadash. Until next time, Lord willing. Shalom on to the next one.